Hello, my love. If you're listening to this episode, I want to let you know that this episode is actually a full masterclass. It is so much better for you to watch this. Totally, you can listen, but you're going to want to see what I'm showing on my screen. You're going to want to write things down. You're going to want to action things. So what you can do before you listen to this episode is head to Instagram at The Queen of Confidence and DM me the word demand. Just say, hey, send me the masterclass week 1 of Next Level November. DM me the word demand. I will get that to you. Demand, D-E-M-A-N-D. And if you are also, you can click the link in the show notes. That should also take you there. Lastly, let me know how you're enjoying this. This is going to be a whole monthly series for Next Level November so that you can next level your income, your business, your mindset, everything. I am so excited. Let's get into today's episode.
Hola, hola. It's your girl, Erika from America. Welcome to the Confidence Chronicles podcast. This podcast is all about helping you stand in who you are. Stop giving a fuck what people think about you. Start standing as your fully expressed self. As you are, queen, as is, there is no filter needed. You are fucking awesome. And I am here to remind you, I'm a confidence coach, a business mentor, a speaker, an author, and I am obsessed with women standing up, showing up, and creating their confidence. And I cannot wait to dig into today's episode with you.
If you are done lacking visibility, being hidden, and you want to hear about the 3 core pillars that every in-demand brand has right now, you need this episode. Welcome to the Confidence Chronicles podcast, my friend. This month, it is Next Level November. The entire month of November 2025, as I am recording this, is going to be full of weekly masterclasses when it comes to being visible, building a personal brand, becoming known, seen, desired, how to monetize and amplify your community and audience online in a way that feels authentic and integral for you as a woman in business. We're going to talk about all the things, but I am super excited to kick off this first week of Next Level November with this episode here. So what we are talking about in this masterclass is the visibility formula, the 3 pillars that every in-demand brand has right now. And don't you worry, if you already didn't do any of this in 2025, let it go. We're stepping into 2026 and beyond with this frame. We're going to be building an incredible magnetic personal brand business that's going to make you money, make you impact, and allow you to be of service and support the people that you came here to support. A quick reminder, if you are listening to this podcast episode, you're missing out because this is not a podcast. This is a master class. We are filming this. I've got slides. I've got notes. I will be looking around because I've packed this month with so much tangible action. So if you are listening to this and you're like, wait, what? There's a video, there's a training. Yes, my love. Head to the link in the show notes so that you can get it. And, or you can also, I know many of you follow me on Instagram. All you have to do is DM me the word demand. Demand, D-E-M-A-N-D on Instagram, and I will be sure to get you the link so that you can watch this training. Trust you me. So I'm not going to talk like you're listening. I'm going to talk like you're here sitting with me, and I am coaching you and walking you through this incredible frame. So let's just start here. The visibility formula. There are 3 core things that we're going to cover in this workshop today. And I have to share this with you because we want to build brands in such a time where so many people, I mean, you heard my episode a couple weeks back with Caleb Ralston, who is the brand builder. Okay. This man has built brands for Alex Hormozi, Layla Hormozi. He still works with them, and Gary Vaynerchuk, some of the biggest brands in the world. And he said, it's like, don't tell me that it's saturated. We don't want to hear the problems about what's going on. The reality is, yes, there are a lot of people on the internet right now. I think Instagram just cracked 3 billion or something users. 2 billion or something users, billion with a B, okay? So there's a lot of people on the internet. There's a lot of people, air quotes, building personal brands. There's a lot of people talking about the same stuff maybe that you're talking about. So how can you become the one that is the go-to, the queen bee of your industry, as I say to my Queen's Table ladies? How do you cut through the noise? How do you not be overlooked? How do you become unmissable? These are the questions that we're going to be answering in this workshop here today. So you're here and you're listening to me or you're watching this because you are done being the best kept secret. I can hear you being like, hell yeah, Erika, I'm done being the best kept secret. I am done hiding. I am done playing small. I want the world to know who I am. I want to share my story. I came here for impact. I hear you, I feel you, and I see you, my darling. That's why we're here. That's why we're doing this work. You know you're meant for more visibility, more authority, more impact, and of course, more income. You are ready to become the leader in your space. If you're here, I know that for you. There's 3 pillars, and I talk about this inside of my Queen's Table program. If you've ever seen me share or talk about Queen's Table, literally you're getting a sneak peek behind the scenes, behind the curtain, as to what we do at the table. This is literally the frame that has built my 7-figure personal brand and continues to build my business and has helped countless of my clients to build their brands, make their money, and the impact that they're here to make. So they're not just doing personal brands, they're becoming icons and leaders in their industries. So I'm going to share my screen with you. Okay. So here we are. We've got our screen share. I'm going to be in the little corner. Maybe I'll make myself a tiny bit smaller, my big old face here, because I've got a lot to share with you. And I really want this to be visual. I want you to be ideally taking notes, writing this down, and any questions you have about this. Not only can you obviously comment on Spotify or wherever you're watching this, but I really want to invite you to DM me, message me, get this training, watch it. Let me know what it did for you. Let me know what it's opening up for you. Let me know what you're seeing. And if you're like, I'm just starting out in my business, don't worry. This is what you can look forward to. If you have attracted yourself to me somehow, then I guarantee you are built for more. You want to be more confident, more magnetic. You want to build something. You want to support people. I am literally here because I want to help millions of women around the world. That is why I do what I do. Everything else is a fucking bonus. Okay. I'm here because I want to do this. And so if I've attracted you, somehow magnetized you to this training and this workshop, or this podcast, I trust that you are here to do some big stuff, my friend. So the Queen's Table, become the queen bee of your industry. I'm going to take you through the frame. Now, what we can see on screen is there are 3 core pillars, and I'm giving you the sneak peek of what they are right now. Pillar number 1, personal brand. Personal brand. We're going to go dive deep into all of this. This is a quick overview. Pillar number 2 is your business formula. I cannot tell you how important it is for you to know the model and the formula that you are utilizing in your specific business. And number 3, one of the most overlooked and important pieces, the piece that will get you to become who you need to become, identity. So y'all know, if you listen to me, that I'm a therapist and I'm a coach, and I'm going to always come with this lens of identity. This is beyond mindset. This is, who are you being? What is the identity that you are showing up as every single day? So let us kick off numero 1 with our personal brand. So what we're going to say is, when you have your personal brand, these are the questions that are going to support you to own your space, to amplify your presence, amplify your audience, get known, get seen by the right people. This is not about you going viral. Okay. Who cares? You can buy followers. You can buy comments. You can buy all kinds of shit now. It's not about that. It's about your reputation. What are you known as? What are you getting associated with? When people see you and your personal brand, what are they associating you with? Clearly, I'm associated with pink. Yes, I'm, of course, right? But I'm also associated with confidence. I'm associated with magnetism. I'm associated with being unapologetic and audacious and owning who I am without an apology. Like, that is what I'm here to do. And so you have to start thinking about this when you think about personal brand and how important personal brand is. So personal brand, the next one is business formula. As I said to you, this is monetizing your magic, monetizing your knowledge, in a way that's sustainable, scalable, smart, knowing where your money's going, knowing what you're bringing in, the capacity to hold, the capacity to move your wealth. Like, this is huge. And I think for me and the women that I work with, we didn't come here to help 5 women or 10 people. We came here to help many. And so this specifically workshop, if you are like, I want to help millions of people, I want to impact so many people, it's crazy. I can't imagine how I'm going to multiply myself. You don't have to multiply yourself. And we're going to go deeper into the $1 Million Program method, which I think I'm doing that training in week 3. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to share everything. There's no gatekeeping here. I'm going to share everything with you. Number 3 is identity. And this is like you living and leading and showing up like the woman who already has what you want. The woman who's living the life that you desire. She's got the results. She's living the life. She's doing the things. She's getting the opportunities that you want. She's on the stages. She's writing the books. She's getting the deal. She's cutting through. She's got the connection and engagement of her social media audience. Like, she's built our community. She's living her amazing life. Who is she? How can we act and talk and walk and speak and dress and show up and be in that energy? Literally, if you can be it, you can attract it, and it will come because you're like, of course I'm it. I'm already it. So what I'm going to share with you now is when you have your personal brand, and this is like a Venn diagram, and it intersects. When you have your personal brand and your business formula locked in, that's where the income will come. That is where the income that you are here to make is going to happen. When you have your personal brand and your identity on lock, that right there is when you have influence. Personal brand, I know who I am. I'm going to be able to influence my clients. And lastly, when you have your business formula and your identity down pat, that is the impact. So ideally, we are having income, impact, and influence when we are crossing over from our personal brand to our business formula to the identity and mindset of who we came here to be. That is how we create more income, more impact, and more influence. Now, the core of all of this in the middle of this Venn diagram, if you zoom on in, as I've just done, is building a 7-figure personal brand business. I'm not asking you to go build a brand to be famous for the sake of that. I don't care about that. And if you're listening to me, you probably don't care about that either. We are doing this because we want to build a business that impacts further than what we can on our one-on-one. A business that actually makes a difference, a legacy that we leave, whether it's for your family, whether it's for yourself, whether it's for the people that you came here to help. That is what we're trying to build. So let's have a look at this frame. If you have your personal brand and business formula dialed in, but you are lacking in identity, which so many women are, by the way, don't believe what you see on TV. A lot of us are lacking in identity. What that's going to look like is you got business formula, you got personal brand, but identity is not locked in. So you're going to have a lack of confidence. That's what's going to happen. A lack of confidence. You're going to feel like a total imposter syndrome. You're going to allow the playing small, the second guessing, the questioning yourself, the comparing yourself. That's what's going to happen. So if you're like, Erika, I've got my personal brand. I think I got my business formula. But yeah, I got a lack of confidence. Yeah, I've got a crisis of confidence. Actually, I feel like an imposter. I don't know who I am. I'm playing small. I'm second guessing. I'm hiding. I'm not showing up how I used to. That's the identity shift. And so that's why we work on that. Now, let's go to the next one. Let's say you've got your personal brand rocking, your identity, you're doing your work, you're doing your therapy, but for whatever reason, you're like, shit, I don't know my business formula. I don't have that frame. I don't have the scalability. I haven't worked that out. This is what's going to happen then. You're going to have a lack of clarity, a lack of money. Your money is not going to be where you want it to be. You're going to have inconsistent sales. Some months it's feast and some months it's famine. And it's like, we don't want that. You're going to have no clear roadmap or intention or why or how do I get to the place where I want to get to. Or if you get a big lump sum of money, you're not going to know how to hold it or what to do with it, how to reinvest it. How do you make your money move? When you have your business formula locked in, none of this is a problem. None of this is a problem. Let's go to the last one. Business formula sorted. Identity amazing. Personal brand crickets. Maybe you built your business. Maybe you built an incredible business. And you're amazing because you've done this and your mindset has been on lock. You've been amazing. You're like, yes, I know who I am. I know what I'm doing. My business is rocking, but you haven't showed up. Who's the person behind the business? Who are you? What's your story? You haven't taken your space. You haven't built your own brand. And if that's you, then this is what's going to happen. You're going to struggle to build audience. You're going to struggle to build a community. You're going to have a small audience or community online. You're going to have low credibility, low trust, or no trust. It's going to be really hard for you to cut through and stand out. You're going to feel like you're either vanilla, copy and paste, one size fits all, or absolutely irrelevant. And that's the damage of when you don't have your personal brand on lock. Gorgeous, real quick, I had to interrupt this episode because I need you to know that if you're listening to this right now, it is currently Next Level November. November is the end of the year, and so many of us worry about the fact that we've wasted the year. You have not wasted anything. It is not too late to get your shit together and to build that business and to do the thing you came here to do. November is the perfect time for you to align yourself with what you desire. November, December, January could be your biggest months in your business. The biggest months where you grow, where you impact, where you monetize, where you do all the big, beautiful things that you desire. And set yourself up to win for the year that's coming, okay? Because if we're not thinking about the year that's coming, we lost already. And so November is the month to do it. This entire month, we're gonna be giving out master classes on the podcast. They're gonna be videos. If you have not, head to my Instagram, DM me, message me, say you want the video, or click the link in the show notes. Everything you need is here. I cannot wait for you to get into this. I cannot wait to see what you create this November, and more so, how you kill it in 2026. I want to be there by your side, supporting you every single step of the way. So hit me up, reach out. If I can be of service and help you, I am here for you. 2 things I want to tell you. The Next Level program, it is on offer at the moment. There is an incredible and amazing bonus deal happening if you join us inside the month of November. The 1st of December, it is gone. So that is for the ladies here who are trying to grow and build their confidence, their audience, monetize. You're building your first $10,000. You're at the beginning of your business setup. That is for you. That community is lit. We do live coaching. Incredible. For my ladies who are at the top of their game and you know you've been the world's best kept secret and you're done playing small. You're like, I've said I want to get on stage. I want to write that book. I want to amplify my podcast. I want to do a TEDx. I want to get more stages. My love, that's not going to happen if you continue not to put yourself out there. It is time for you to become the go-to in your space. And if that is you, the Queen's Table has a seat for you. Applications are open for our next intake. We have an intensive happening in December, and you could join us for that. So just check everything out with the link in the show notes. Back to the episode. In the interim, on the other side of this, when we have our personal brand, actually, before we even do that, let me keep that there. I'm going to come back to you face on screen. I got to tell you this because I think we think personal brand because it's everywhere, this hype word around personal brand, got to build my personal brand, got to build my personal brand. It's like, what are we actually doing? What are we actually building? And why is it important? We know this if you've been listening and paying attention in the last 2 to 3 years with AI and the changes and everything that's been happening in our world post-COVID, right? There have been more people showing up online and on the internet than ever before. Nobody is trusting a brand. We buy from people. People buy from people. We want to know who you are, what you are about, what you like. We want to get into your world. We want to understand you. And many of you that are listening to this podcast are like, Erika, I'm not like you. I'm not going to put my dirty laundry out there and tell everyone about my trauma. I'm not saying you need to do that. One of my good friends, Maha, who is also a personal brand guru, and she wrote the 7 Rules of Self-Reliance. She worked for Gary Vee for a decade. She's still good friends and works with him. She looks after his personal brand and his reputation, and she will never share personal things. That's not her way. She's going to keep it real professional, but she tells you about her food, how she loves Taylor Swift, her sportiness. She plays tennis. I know a lot about her from social media, but there's a lot that she's not sharing on there. So please do not think that you have to do it like me. You don't. The beauty of this in personal branding is that you get to do it like you. You get to do it in your way. So here are a few questions that as we move through this, I want you to reflect on. Right now, if I was to ask everyone that knows you what you're known for, what would they say? How do people describe you when you're not in the room? What are some of the things that they say? What are the words that they associate you with? Confidence, magnetism, pink, audacity, right? Like I know the words, cheetah print, my audience, right? Like nails, hats, part of my personal brand is my physical look. Yes, but what else? What are people saying about you when you're not in the room? What are the 3 key words that they use to associate you when it comes to your brand? And are they what you want? What are the words that you want people to associate you with? Do you feel like you're a category of one, like you're the only one to go to, or are you blending in with everyone else in the noise? Do you feel like right now your personal brand is unforgettable? Is your branding looking good? I was just thinking do the curtains match the carpet or whatever? I don't know why I thought about that. But it's like, does your brand online match who shows up? When I see you in person, is it the same person that's presenting online? When I meet you, are you that same vibe? Like, what kind of vibe do you give on your social media? What does your website look like? If I see you speak, what do your slides look like? What is the font? What is the colors? What is the vibe that you're giving? Right? Do you have the credibility? Are you sharing your receipts? Are you sharing your testimonials? Do you have media? Do you have case studies? Do you have that clarity or that consistency? Important questions to ask yourself. I want to share with you now on my beautiful Prezo over here, my slides, some of the things that we cover, the things that I really look at when it comes to a personal brand. And they're in depth, so I can't talk to you about them in this session, but this is the work that we do in the Queen's Table. So your secret sauce. Your personal brand consists of your secret sauce. What is the X factor? What makes you you? What is your flavor? You don't understand how many women are like, yeah, I'm not interesting. I don't have anything to say. They're comparing themselves, obviously. Everyone listening to this and everyone watching this, you have an edge. There is something about you that's interesting. You might not think it is, but so many people would think it is. When you know how to pull out your experience, your stories, your life, your experiences, your secret sauce. Let me know if you're enjoying the secret sauce and X Factor. I have a whole workbook on this, and I didn't even think that I could actually release this workbook. It's inside the Queen's Table. I give it to them in their notebook when they join me, physical notebook, but maybe we can make this a PDF. So let me know wherever you're listening or on Instagram, if it would be helpful to go through this document, this PDF, the secret sauce document. It's about pulling out you, your story, your essence, your presence, like what makes you you. It's so much fun. The next one, we talk about amplifying your audience. Oh my God, there's an in-depth training on how you can actually amplify, grow, expand, activate, all of it, your audience. So when I say grow, you don't need to have 1 million followers. I feel like the less followers you have, the better it is and the easier it is for you to cut through and build engagement and connect and trust and credibility. I had a really small audience. I started with under 1,000 or 1,000 followers. And literally in a very short time, I feel I've been able to not only grow my audience, and it's taken a while. Like I've been doing this for 9 years, 2018, almost a decade. And like being able to not only build, I think I was under 10,000 followers when I made our first like 6 figures. Or 1 million. I hit 1 million and I was 10,000 followers. So you don't need a whole bunch of followers. You don't need a bunch of views. You don't need to go viral. Amplifying your audience only means building that community, that fan base that you can then monetize later with integrity when we talk about business formula. The next one is positioning power. If you do not position yourself correctly, the Queen's Table, right? It's a chessboard and we are queens making moves. The moves you make in chess matter, okay? You could win or lose the game. It looks like you're sacrificing and doing something bad, but really you're the Queen's Gambit, right? That move that you make, you're sacrificing something early in the game in order to later on win. Because you know, yeah, I'll sacrifice that play. I'll do that there. Don't worry, you can take my person. All good, my little figure. Because later on, I'm coming back to bite you and I'm going to win the game. And it's like that sacrificing and that playing the moves and that positioning yourself as the right person in your industry to be the one to do what you do. This is strategic, my friend, okay? Positioning power is huge when it comes to personal branding. And then finally, of course, magnetic messaging. I think one of the biggest problems that we have on the internet is our messaging is not clear. It's not always that you have an offer problem. It's not always that you have a problem with your pricing. It's your messaging. If your messaging is not cutting through and clear and solving a specific problem for a specific person, they're not going to feel seen, heard, and understood. They're not going to know that they need to stop. I could keep going here. I have to move on. But this is what personal brand is about. Now, I want to share with you, there's a beautiful woman in my community, Angela, who came to me. She had chicken stores. Her and her husband had opened these chicken shops and like a takeaway to go shop. And she's gorgeous. She was a hairdresser like I was. Her hair's always beautiful, always amazing. She was in her 50s, I believe. And she came to me and was like, I want to sell my chicken shops. I want to become a speaker. I want to build my coaching business. I coached before I did this. I'm ready to take up space. Now, in this scenario, I wouldn't have invited her into the Queen's Table because technically she hadn't done this. But because she had years of experience and she was ready to invest in herself. And when I tell you Angela had the fuego, I'm going to get her on the podcast so you can hear from her. Fuego, like fire. Like this woman moves fast. She sees it. She wants it. She goes for it. I haven't had anybody move as fast as she did. And it's not always about speed, but about the precision in which she moved. So Angela came to us within 6 months. She had sold her chicken shops. She had applied for 2 TED Talks. She had gotten herself speaking on a cruise ship for a business guy that she worked with, and it was a business conference on a cruise ship. She got some other thing with a bank here. She was showing up. She did events. She looked amazing. She started a podcast. Like, homegirl was not playing. There was nothing in her future that said she was not about to do what she wanted to do. And I am so proud to say that in September this year, she went to Florida in America, and she stood on her first, I'm sure first of many, TEDx stages to deliver her TED Talk. And she absolutely killed it. We sat down across from each other and workshopped this so much back and forth on the words, because I had done my TEDx. And so I gave everyone in the Queen's Table has my TEDx, the way that I did it, my recommendations, how I recommend that they do it, what to stay away from, what to do. We have mentors in the Queen's Table that are specifically TEDx speaking mentors, and they supported Angela and they reviewed her talk and they gave her feedback. I supported her in a one-on-one session because I do one-on-one, and she got to do it. And now not only is she doing that, she's been overseas to Portugal to speak at a retreat, a women's retreat. She's got her coaching business. She is on fire. Okay. And she's in her 50s. She is on fire. And a year ago, her business, her life was completely different. So do not underestimate the power of you building a personal brand, of you putting yourself out there and saying what you desire and being prepared to move like it's already happening. Okay. Let's do this. Next, here we go. So the next one, we've got the business formula. Now, let me tell you something. The business formula, I'm actually going to just show you my face because I want to go through first what I want to talk about and then talk about that. But I really need you to understand the point of view. Let's use Angela, for example. The point of Angela getting on stage and speaking, cute. You did a TED Talk. Cute. You spoke on a big stage. Awesome. You can call yourself a speaker. Who cares? Who cares, literally, if your business doesn't have a formula that's bringing in money? I recently spoke at an event. The guy was questionable. But anyway, I recently spoke at an event where I didn't pitch anything. I didn't sell anything. I literally just went there to be of service. And I had a little QR code with a free downloadable thing that they could download if they wanted to go deeper into their mindset, their identity work as business owners. And so I gave away this free resource. Now I'm sitting there doing my talk, having a blast, magnetic, enjoying my life, being me, being funny, inappropriate. That's me as a speaker, usually, if I'm allowed to go that far. And it was so much fun. It was a room full of business people. I think it was 800 people plus people on a live stream. Now, when I got off the stage, I had, I don't know how many missed messages from my husband, from Nina on my team, who looks after media and marketing. And they were like, Erika, what the fuck is going on? The social media is blowing up. Shit's blowing up. We got all these downloads. Kajabi. I've got 50,000 DMs. I don't know what to do. I walked out of that room. I stayed backstage for an hour because I was told I couldn't go out and sign books yet because they didn't want a rush of people going out. And I'm not saying that to be arrogant, but when I speak at your event, guaranteed, if I got my books, there's going to be a lot of people coming back to the back of the room to take photos, to hug me, to cry with me, because I've opened myself up and I've made people feel away. I've made people feel away. That is that confidence. That is that live life experience. That is that personal branding. That shit, I've done a good job with that. And I love that I can be so open and vulnerable. And it took a long time to be able to do that and a lot of hard work. Anyway, so I go out an hour later and I'm literally swamped. There's people everywhere. They're like, how do I work with you one-on-one? How do I join the Queen's Table? I saw that you have this thing. How do I join the next level? I want to come to your retreat. Literally retreat applications. I had 4 speaking engagement application messages come through when I was on stage. My husband was like, we got 4 gigs that want you to speak. That came through for next year while I was on the stage. We had like 1,500 people that weekend join our email list to download this thing. That's golden. I can email these people. I can invite them into my world. Like, the point of you building a personal brand, getting on stage, writing a book, showing up on Instagram, having a lot of followers, getting brand deals, whatever the fuck you want. The whole point is for you to be able to sell people into the next thing that you have so you can actually help that person with the transformation that you offer, whether that's a program, a product, a course, whatever, a community. Who cares about me being on stage looking cute if I can't help you? The reason why I speak and I do all the things I do is because I'm like, listen, if you love my podcast, if you love the way that I teach and what I say, you should join my programs. Program 1 is for this woman. Program B is the Queen's Table for this woman. You should come to one of my events. You should buy my books. Of course. We need a purpose. And I think you forget when you're trying to build your personal brand and get Instagram famous that you have to monetize into a fucking business. And if you're doing one-on-one, how? How are you meant to impact multiple people? You could raise the price of one-on-one, sure, to a ridiculous amount of money. Sure, okay. But I'm like, that's going to burn you out at some point in time. And if it's a money grab, gross. I'm not here for a money grab. I'm here to impact. And the more I think about my impact and the more I streamline my business model and the formula that I have for my business to impact, I don't even need to worry about the money. I don't even need to worry about it because it is wrapped in God, universe wants me to win. I will be good as long as I continue to impact the way that I know I need to impact. So business formula is huge, right? It's about profitability on purpose. It's about you building something, your offers, your operations, your delivery, your cash flow, your wealth strategy, like building a proper business model so that you're not burning. And let me tell you, there's so many ways in which you can go. And my husband and I, since 2012, I have been investing money that I did not have, AKA money on credit cards. And no shame, because I needed to invest. I joined twice I've been in business mastermind programs where I've spent a fuckload of money and I didn't have a business. 2 times. Why? Because I just wanted to be around it. I was like, I need to learn from these people. And if I'm ever going to start a business, it's going to be in a community with people in business. And when I left those communities, I learned so much about what not to do. Of course I did, yes. But I also learned how to build business, how to have a model that actually works. And so when I teach my women, they're learning from the thousands of dollars and the years of learning that I already did. They don't need to do that because I already did that and I can give it to them. And so it's really important that you have a good business formula, business model for this when you're trying to do this. Now, I'm going to share my screen with you. All right, so here we are. So in the Queen's Table, when we cover the business formula, this is what we're talking about. I have the $1 Million Growth Models. Now, the $1 Million Growth Models, it's encompassing so many things, but one of the biggest things, and it's going to be a podcast that I do, a workshop that I do this month, is the $1 Million Program Method. The $1 Million Program Method, which is how do you help multiple people at scale, mass people, whilst building a live experience that for the client feels live and for you is scalable and evergreen and least touch as possible, but still supporting the client. I'm not talking about a course. This system that we've built has made us multiple millions because I've done 3, not only 1, but 3 programs in this formulation that we created in our bedroom one day. Me and Hamish were talking and we created this formulation. The Sisterhood was our first $1 Million Program Method. And so we've done it 3 times. We've now taught clients how to do this. We've had clients do 40K launches, 70K launches, 30K launches, being able to formulate their programs in this way. And it is so game changer impactful, not only for you, but for your clients as well. The next one is simple sales systems. So making sales simple. I remember my beautiful old coach, Taki, would say, complexity fails and simple scales. I can't tell you. It's not about making shit complex. It's about simplicity. When you can simplify sales, when you can simplify what you're selling and how you're offering it to people, it makes everything so much easier. And then you understand the business that you have. The next one is magnetic marketing, obviously very similar to magnetic messaging, but how you show up, how you market yourself. We are not just getting on Instagram just to burn the fuck out. We're not doing that. Every post, every message, every email has a purpose. How are we doing this in a way that is magnetic, that's drawing the right people into our world? Not just anyone. We don't want just anyone. And there's formulations in our simple sales system when we talk about funnels, when we talk about low ticket, when we talk about how we attract people. So much in that. And lastly, profitability on purpose. Hamish in the business comes into the Queen's Table. So we run this together. We co-coach. He's fantastic at operations, at structure, as formula, as business structure, as business models. He's so good at that. He's so good with the money side and investing and where to put things. He's great. What I'm good at is the visibility, is the taking up space, is the audacity, is the program creation, is the sales, is the funnels, keynotes, all of that fun stuff. I'm good at that stuff. And so in the Queen's Table, he comes in and really talks about profit, talks about organizing your numbers, cleaning shit up, taking radical responsibility for your dollars and knowing where they move. And I cannot tell you how many of us don't have that. So Very, very, very important. And one of my clients, I want to say to you, Heidi, who's gorgeous and amazing, had this kind of like, what would she call it? An agency model where she was working with one-on-one, done for you, high level clients. It would be like if you're a coach, one-on-one coaching, right? And it was so like heavy for her to carry the load of having to support people in that way because she was having to pay team members, contractors, all these people. So what looks like a real profitable offer because it's so expensive is actually costing the business owner so much money because of the money that it takes to create and run this. So she did something really scary. I told her about the $1 million program method. She totally closed her agency, created a high ticket offer that was sustainable, scalable for her when she's ready to give it to who she's ready to give it to. So there's still a high ticket offer. Now she's got the $1 million program method, which is like the hybrid model that leverages the live and the online and the evergreen, builds community, can have thousands of people. I think she just launched it and it's like 40 or 60 people just launched it. She hasn't gone hard on promotion. Like, this is what's possible. And she'll be able to do this all day, every day, getting people into this, as many people as possible, getting affiliations, getting other people to move clients into this program. She can get other people to come in mastermind or do calls in this program. Like, I'm going to go in as a guest and support her people around confidence and magnetism and showing up with audacity for publicity. So she helps people with publicity. And it's been so amazing to watch her energy. Why? Why are we doing this? Because she is incredible, like Angela, like myself, like my other clients. She needs to be in front of people on stage, speaking, supporting. She needs to be the brand. And when she's the brand doing her thing and she's on stage and someone looks her up and goes, damn, she's amazing, I want to work with her, they can literally go to her social media. They can go to her website. They can purchase a low ticket offer that gets them into her world, which she then sells behind the scenes into the high ticket or lower program to get people in there so that at the end of the day, she's speaking, showing up, podcasting, doing everything in order to move people from hi, nice to meet you to holy shit, I need you and I can join your program. Like, incredible. Her life now has time and space. She can be with her baby, her beautiful son. She can be with her husband. She can be impacting. She's focused on speaking. She just got her speaker reel done. I'm so fucking happy. Same guy who did mine. And it's so sexy. She is now going to double down on speaking because this program is built and we're just going to fill people into that program. She's going to be speaking and she's going to be taking over the damn world. That is how we build the formula around a 7-figure personal brand business. The key word here being business, okay? Not some Instagram fame bullshit. So some of us need to not worry about that because that's whack. Next, identity. Again, I'm going to show you my face. I'm trying to be as fast as possible without like talking in Spanish, okay? So cuidado. This, my friend, take a deep breath with me. I'm going to have a sip of water, actually. Okay. Identity, mindset, nervous system, you being who you came here to be, you knowing that you are enough as you are, you believing that everything you desire is on its way. I did a podcast recently called When Did You Stop Dreaming? And it was literally about putting your big, crazy, insane, impossible, scary goals out into the sphere, putting it out there and believing that it is coming your way, believing that it is on its way to you, trusting that you put your order in and the kitchen is cooking it and you can smell it, trusting that you are her. You are her. You are who you've been waiting for. You are the person who's going to take your life and vision and mission into the future and build the thing that you want. Of course you are. And so this section is really about how you don't need more strategy and tools and tips. You need a deeper and more real identity upgrade. You know, like you upgrade your phone. I got the new iPhone 17. I love it. It's amazing. And the software needs an upgrade already, right? Like it's glitchy and it's buggy. And so you need the upgrade. And you have to constantly be upgrading your identity, upgrading your capacity to hold money, upgrading your capacity to hold clients and people and communities, upgrading your identity in order to get on stage and be seen by multiple people, to impact a lot of people, to have people say thank you, your capacity to receive. Like I really needed to work in my identity on my capacity to receive in the United States. When I went on my book tour and people were crying and I had mothers coming up to me and I was just like, I was noticing in my body, I couldn't hold it. I couldn't hold it. I felt like I wanted to just give it back to them and say, no, what can I do for you? And I really learned about my nervous system doesn't have the capacity, the safety to hold all of that love and deep and desire and thank you and gratitude. And it's safe for me to say, you're welcome. My pleasure. I'm so happy. This is exactly what I built and why I built it. And so I want you to start thinking about how you move right now. What identity are you stepped into? Who do you need to become if you are going to build this business, this impact, this creation of your vision, of your personal brand, of the impact you came here to have? This is all about energetic alignment and behavioral embodiment. Like, you're embodying it in your whole soul, who you're being, your essence, your magnetism, the vibe that's coming off of you is in alignment with who you know yourself to be. You walk like her, talk like her, act like her, boom, here she is. And I'm going to tell you that because when I first started my business, didn't have any business starting. I should have been, I was a mom. I had 2 kids under 2. I was breastfeeding. We were broke, but I knew that I was made for more. I knew that who I was stuck in my body, that's not who I was meant to be. Have you ever felt that where you're like, I know I'm not meant to be here. I know I was made for more. I know that there's more for me. I can feel it. I can desire it. I can sense it. And so I was trusting that version of me. And that's when my alter ego, the Queen of Confidence, was built. It's like we become her before we think we're ready. So let's go into this last one. I'm going to move myself to the side here. So the Queen's Table framework, last one, identity. So this is about upgrading and reinventing yourself. Many of us are already where we need to be. There's a few tweaks. Some of us, it's a full-on reinvention. We are burning down. We are bulldozing. We are remodeling the kitchen. We are remodeling the whole house. We are letting go of the identities that we've been that don't serve us. It's a huge part in the work that we do at the Queen's Table. And a lot of that is stepping into the future version of you, your 2.0 self. If you have Becoming Magnetic, Chapter 7 in my book, Becoming Magnetic, literally living in this way, thinking in this way, showing up on social media in this way, building offers in this way, right? Like claiming your space, getting on stage, putting forward, like my TEDx, I was so scared. Like submitting a book proposal for Penguin, I wasn't going to do it virtually. I went to Sydney. I got on an airplane multiple times to meet with them, because I knew they were going to sign me. I knew I was going to get it. Did I have that guaranteed? No. But I was like, I am flying there because I want to look in your eyes. I want you to feel my passion come off of me. We're making this a reality. We're making this happen. So I was not surprised when I got that letter of offer for the book. And you shouldn't be surprised when these things come to you, because you're stepping into and acting like the version of you that has it. Number 2, fired up and focused. What does that mean? That means you are on fire for what you want. You are focusing on the correct things. Your energy is tapped in. You're not burned out. You're not can't be bothered. You're not, I have to do this. No, my love. We are on fire. We are on energy. We are making this shit happen. We are moving at the speed of belief. We are focused on the correct things. The amount of times that I have looked for horse blinkers for my clients, if you have any, send me a message. I've been trying to find the little horse blinkers, because we be getting distracted and we're looking at all the different places. And I'm like, no, my love, look straight. This is what we need to do. Fire this up, focus here. And when we focus, and in the Queen's Table, we really do legitimately sit down with them and have focuses. We're like a month and 2 weeks, 6 weeks, every 6 weeks, we're focusing on something. So it looks like we're getting so much done, but the reality is we're focusing on small incremental things that are going to move the business, move the brand, move your money, move your impact forward, so that you can actually achieve at the end of 12 months, you're like, shit, I did so much, because you did it in 6 weekly increments, because you focused on something and you were fired up about it. Obviously, Becoming Magnetic. In both of my programs, I have a whole module on this, and a whole tangible, practical way, workbooks, worksheets on how you actually can become a magnet. This has to do with you internally being committed to the inner work. You will not externally have an aura and become magnetic if you have not looked inward first and done the work and the hard yards that is required. If you have Becoming Magnetic, Chapter 5. Chapter 10 is the magnetic aura. You got 5 phases to move through before your aura is on freaking popping. Before people are coming to you, when it feels like things are effortless, like you effortlessly attract. I've attracted something this year in November. It's wild. It's wild. I did not personally do it. I had nothing to do with that. but my energy had everything to do with that. My energy right now is looking for opportunities for me that I want without me knowing right now. And I believe that. And I'm going to get some emails or some messages. These miracles are coming to me. And I'm not out there going, where is it? It's just happening because of the aura, because of the vibe, because of my energy, because of my personal brand, because of my business formula, because of my intentionality, because of my magnetism and the audacious action, which is the last step that I take. Listen to me. At the end of the day, we can talk shit all we want. We can intellectualize everything. But if we do not act on the scary stuff that we desire, if we do not act as the version of us who we want to become, it will not happen. And so the last one in identity is action. And these are phases that we move through within the Queen's Table, that we teach on, that we talk on in our one-on-ones. I do one-on-ones. That's the only place where I work one-on-one with a client is at the Queen's Table. And all this comes up. We could be working on someone's keynote. We could be working on someone's $1 million program. We could be working on someone's new funnel, on how they attract clients, on their lead magnets. We could be working on their self-work. We could be crying. I will have sessions where we're just crying. Hamish has had sessions with clients where they're just doing breath work and crying. And that is the best thing that they could do for their business right now. And so these are really the core things that we focus on. And at the end of the day, it is literally about building a 7-figure personal brand business. That's what this is about. Because these 3 core pillars, it is no surprise that some of the greatest and biggest brands in the world have this. And I'll tell you now from the women that I've worked with, yes, they get on stage. Yes, they write books. Yes, one of my clients right now is on a tour in Canada and the United States, touring her book as well, using the same events lady that we used. It's so been beautiful to watch. But it's beyond that. It's the feeling that you have inside. It's knowing that you are cutting through. It's knowing that all this work that you're doing and the support that you're getting is driving you to build the business that you desire. That one core thing that people can know you as the go-to in your space. These are the 3 pillars that are foundational for every high impact woman you see out there doing her thing. This is what she's working on. Her business formula is on lock. She's got her systems set up. Her processes set up. Her money is set up. Her identity, she's working on herself daily, sometimes minute to minute, and you don't see it. And I get that you don't see it, but I need to tell you, there are people who you look up to, who you think are the best, that are going through it right now. And they're showing up because they're showing you what it looks like to show up through hardship, through difficulties, because they are working on the identity of who they want to become. And obviously your personal brand. That's it. So this is the end of the masterclass. If you want to learn more about how to implement these 3 pillars, you want to go deeper into this. This is the work we do at the Queen's Table. I will say the Queen's Table is invite only, so you have to apply, and it's not for everyone. We've only got limited spots in the Queen's Table because it is my most intimate container. I don't want to scale that. I don't want 50 women. I don't want 100 women. We don't. We're keeping it really small. I do one-on-one with these women. It's incredible. And we are asking the women that are joining the Queen's Table to be ready to pop off. Now, if you're a beginner and you're just starting out, you can't pop off because we got to get you making some money. We got to get you owning and amplifying and growing your audience. We got to get you having offers that are going to make you money so that then you can invest in yourself. But if you are established, you've built an incredible business and you've been hiding behind the scenes and you're ready to build your personal brand and you're ready to put yourself out there, I would love to invite you right now to apply for the Queen's Table. I'm going to put the link down below. Also, if you want to watch this, if you're listening still and you want to watch this, please click the link in the show notes or DM me on Instagram, DM me demand, and I will send you the link to watch this. I cannot wait to see you next week because next week's episode is going to be so freaking fire. So stay tuned. Welcome. This is Next Level November, baby. We are making it happen, not only for now, but for 2026 and beyond. I love you, and I will see you next week.
Thank you so much for listening. I freaking love you. I appreciate you. Thank you for your ears and your energy and your attention. Thank you for letting me into your world. And thank you so much for listening and tuning in to this podcast. There are so many podcasts you can listen to, and I deeply, deeply, for real, appreciate you listening to mine. Do me one big favor, one big thing. Please share this episode or this podcast with a woman who you know needs to hear this. This is my mission on planet Earth, to serve as many women as possible so that we could show up, stand up, speak up, and create the confidence and the life that we desire. I appreciate you, my love. I will see you on the next episode.